Hello, I am Ethan Alman and I'm at John Graham Primary School. Today I will be talking about my presentation, the problem of poaching in South Africa. Pangolins are trafficked for their scales and meat. The meat of pangolins are a delicacy in East Asian countries. The scales are used in traditional medicine, particularly in Chinese traditional medicine. When a pangolin rolls into a ball, poachers forcefully take them. Hunting dogs and smoke are also used to capture pangolins. As a country, we can try to disrupt illegal trade networks because if there's not a market for the poached pangolins, then the poaching will stop. We need to check the bags of visitors who come into nature reserves and check export ports. Rangers should be paid more and more rangers should be employed to protect the pangolins. There needs to be conservation messages and adverts to inform the public, and we should educate young people about the demand for pangolins. World governments need to make CITES work better to try to stop this poaching. Rhinos are poached for their horns, which are used for rhino horn traditional crafts and for traditional medicine, even though there is no proof that the horn has any medicinal value. It's just keratin. The horn is a status symbol for East Asia. Poachers are greedy and kill rhinos to get the part of the horn that is under the skin. Conservation officers dehorn rhinos, but poachers still go after dehorned rhinos. We can reduce the demand for rhino horn by stopping the illegal trafficking. We need to strengthen law enforcement and anti-poaching units. Trackers could be embedded into rhino horns so that the poachers could be tracked and caught. Conservation officers could make the horn unusable by injecting it with chemicals or even radioactive materials. The lion. Lions are being killed for their meat, skins, and bones. There is a demand in traditional medicines for their meat and bones, but these do not have any medicinal value. Their skins are dried and sold as rugs. The other issue is canned hunting, where lions are specifically bred and then kept in captivity in very poor conditions until someone pays a lot of money to kill or hunt them. In South Africa, canned hunting of lions needs to be illegal, and there must be special units which can track, arrest, and prosecute people who run these hunts. Markets selling wild animal products for traditional medicines needs to be carefully investigated on a regular basis for lion meat and bones so that the trade in these can be stopped. We need to have information campaigns and educational outreaches which can inform the public about lion poaching and canned hunting. But most importantly, the laws around this poaching need to be enforced by the right people. Pelemoen or abalone are poached in South Africa for their meat and shells. The meat is dried and crushed into a powder which is used in traditional Eastern medicines, but the meat has no medicinal value that we know of. The shells are used for arts and crafts and jewelry. The meat is often eaten in expensive restaurants. Abalone take up to 10 years to mature in the wild, and the amount of animals being poached is currently more than what they can breed. The South African government and the governments of East Asia countries need to work together so they can stop the illegal trafficking of pelemoen. Consumers of pelemoen products need to be made aware of the impacts of the poaching on this animal on the land and the ecosystems. We need to have a special police investigation units who can investigate and prosecute the Pelemoon poaching syndicates. Communities in coastal areas need to become involved in the conservation of the Pelemoon, but they also need to benefit economically from this resource. Thank you.